Hey YouTubers, this is Portia Knight. This is my first YouTube video and I have some Portia picks for the day to answer some questions of my fellow YouTubers. So the first question is from Chad and it says, what is drag for you, an activity or a lifestyle? It's something that I really like to excel in as a hobby and an art form. But it's not something that I consider a lifestyle because outside of drag, I am a hard-working boy. I don't plan on becoming a woman, so let's get that cleared up. I do, however, like makeup. As you can tell, I wear it not every day. Some days I have stubble or whatever. You can call it my butch moments. And sometimes I have my feminine moments. It's just something that I like to do. I was in theater in high school. I considered it pretty much like a form of acting. You're playing a role of something that you're not, but you are at the same time because you bring your own creativity to the form of whatever your role you're playing. But yeah, I do consider it a hobby. I've done it for 6 years on and off. You know, because during those 6 years it takes a lot of money to do it. You know, you gotta give money to make money. So you got costumes and hair and all these things, and pretty soon I'm gonna start some tutorials on how to find, you know, good quality stuff for the right prices and different things like that to help all of the beginners, and hopefully the experience can learn a few things as well. So yeah, I do consider it a hobby. The next question is, how did you get involved in drag? Well, when I was 17 years old, I had a fake ID and went down to the local bar, at the time New Beginnings, in Johnson City, Tennessee, where I'm originally from. I live in Hickory, North Carolina now. I've lived here for about 2 years. I'm 23 years old now, so it's been quite a while, but I went with a friend from high school. We went down and wanted to see a drag show and, you know, get into the gay scene because I grew up on a farm and there was no gay people, and I didn't even really know that there was a whole gay lifestyle or, you know, an option to be. And so I really battled with it, and, you know, some rumors went around school I was gay, and pretty soon people that were started coming to me and telling me different things, such as the bar. I go there and watch a drag show, and a drag queen that I'm not really friends with now, per se, but was then, you know, came to me and was like, I think that you really could pull it off, and you should maybe give drag a shot. So I came down that following Tuesday for talent night, and won. I went down to a local costume store and rented out a costume, and, you know, did some makeup, which back then was not good at all. Some people would call me a booger queen as the term for someone who is not as experienced in putting on makeup, we'll say. And it's just been something that's I've carried through these years and have really grown into and just really enjoy and love doing. So that's how that came about. The next question is, do you think it's harder being a drag queen or a drag king? I hope that I don't piss too many people off by saying this. However, my personal opinion is, when I go to a show, you know, there are so many drag kings where I'm from. I mean, there's a lot. But when I go to a drag show, and I love drag kings, I really do, but I think there's so much more work and creativity put into drag queens than drag kings. However, I will say that drag kings I give props to because I'm sure it is much harder to get themselves in drag than it is us. Other than having their genitalia taped between their legs, they do have, you know, all this cleavage. If they have a lot, they have to tape down and suffocate themselves, basically, almost breaking their rib cage to try to make disappear. It's easier to build than compress, I'll say. So I give them props for that. But personally, I root for the drag queens. Just because I think it also takes a lot more money for drag queens than it does drag kings. You know, if all I had to do was use a pencil liner to put around my face to try to look like facial hair at 5 feet tall and make a ton of money, then... But however, there is more women in this world than there are men, so I'm sure that all the lesbians out there enjoy it. So, you know, more power to them, and I think that drag kings are just as equally needed as we are in this world. So, I'm not going to say that... Don't get me wrong, I do think that there being drag kings is fine. I prefer to see drag queens than drag kings when I, as a audience member, go to a show. So, there's my opinion on that. How do strangers react when they find out you're a drag queen? If they're female, it's good. If they're male, usually they see a picture, they don't believe it's me, then they find out it's me, and then that's pretty much it. They really don't care. And if they're gay and they find out is she better than me, I gotta see a picture, gotta criticize her, gotta talk about her. But you just gotta let it roll off your shoulder like water off a duck's back, you know? So, usually they're all hysterical, want to see pictures and all that good thing, but I try not to let people know right up front, because I want them to take me seriously, and I want them to see me as Stevie and myself, and not necessarily just the whole drag persona. So, it's kind of one of those, when I get to know you better, you know me better situations. So, the next question is, if there was one thing you could tell outsiders about your lifestyle, what would it be? And that would be, first off, Stevie and Portia are the same unit. There is no, you know, penis here one minute and a pussy the next. It's not. No. I'm all male. Love being male. Will always be a male. I just love makeup, acting, and the whole, you know, confidence and whatever else comes with doing drag. And it's just something that I enjoy as a hobby or whatever, like I've said previously. I want everybody to understand that no matter who you identify yourself as, you are who you are. Regardless if I'm a drag queen or, you know, a doctor or whatever, it's a part of who you are and not who you are as a whole. So there's more to me, you know, the man behind the makeup, so to speak, or whatever. So I like for people to get to know me and know the drag as well, because it's a part of me, but, you know, take me seriously. I work hard, and I strive to have a good life, and get through, and try to be a productive citizen as well. It's not just drag. So, there's my whole take on that. This channel was created to share and express the personal experiences I've had in the drag world. Hopefully discussing, you know, all different range of topics and various situations such as discrimination and hate, and you know, hopefully have some makeup tutorials, how-tos, and I'll be doing Portia picks of the day, which is questions you ask that I answer, such as today. And I may share a piece of news that I want to, you know, want you to know about what's going on in the world with the drag or the gays, and that sort of thing. If you have any requests for anything, or you'd like to know anything that I don't already have posted or whatever, then just shoot me an email or, you know, hit me up on here and I'll do my best to get those videos out to you. So, this is my first video, so I hope you're not too judgmental and nitpicky. Just enjoy and get back to me. So, these are your Portia picks for the day, and I'm looking forward to YouTubing with you more. So, have a good day. Bye.